Recently, I had the opportunity to present on Zero Trust to the board of directors financial institution. And this was a really interesting challenge because I talk about Zero Trust all the time, but it's usually to security practitioners, professionals, or folks in IT, folks who are technical and also have the full context of everything that's going on from a technology perspective, from a security perspective. So this was a lot harder than I thought, actually, to prepare for a good size audience, 20 people in total, who are not technical, not security folks, and to really distill Zero Trust down to its essence and present it in a way that these folks who don't think about security, don't think about technology on a daily basis, were able to understand. And I think it was a successful presentation. I got good feedback. But there's one thing that kind of came out of that as I was going through the presentation, and it was about Zero Trust really being a catalyst or a forcing function or an opportunity to mature various processes and systems inside the enterprise. If you think about it, what Zero Trust policies really do, what they really rely on is reliable metadata on the users and the identities and the servers and the systems and things like that in the environment. And those policies can work really well and effectively when they do leverage attributes about the user and the workload and automatically adjust user access and access to workloads and things like that. And that's the right way to do things, but it does require that that there are processes in the environment that will result in reliable sources of truth about the identities and workloads and devices and other things in those environments. So this is not to say that Zero Trust systems are brittle or that we're adding complexity. In fact, I think we're reducing complexity. But what it is doing is requiring us to grow up a little bit as an enterprise and say, you know what, we simply can no longer have people in the line of business, or even in IT for that matter, or development, deploying things onto our network without going through the appropriate process. We have to have good, solid, reliable identity lifecycle processes so we know what people's roles are, what they should have access to, and by extension, what they shouldn't have access to. So there's a little bit of growing up that we have to do as an enterprise, and I think that it's incumbent on the security teams to recognize this and to advocate for it, because the stakes are too high for us not to have these types of really effective processes, which in turn really depend on this type of validated and reliable data. So that's my thought for the day about Zero Trust. I hope it's helpful and insightful. And as always, let me know if you have comments. Thank you.